Hello everybody, my name is Alejandro and today we're going to be talking about the electric blue fish, starting from the cheapest option up to the most expensive option. So I'm going to start off with the electric blue cara. So the electric blue cara is a cichlid from South America, and so um, they're all of these cichlids were bred for that electric blue coloration. So the electric blue cara gets up to 77 to 5 inches and live up to 8 to 10 years. So they're one of the cheapest options out of the Acaras, uh, and they're also the most common actually in pet stores. So PetSmart, Petco is where you can find these guys. If you're wondering, in this tank I have an angelfish and Bolivian ram cichlids, as well as peacock cichlid fry. So you get these fish pretty readily available in most chain pet stores. So the electric blue cara is pretty well, they're getting more common now in the aquarium hobby. So now we're going to go down to the electric blue ram cichlid. That was one of the second cheapest options that I know of the electric blue cichlids. And they're actually the smallest out of the four. So you could put the rams probably in as small as a 10-gallon tank. The electric blue car, I wouldn't go anywhere smaller than the 30-gallon tank. So this right here is a 30-gallon tall. I wish it was long, but anywho, this tank will be upgraded to a 60-gallon really soon, hopefully. And so we're gonna go down now to the ram cichlid. We're just gonna use my Bolivian rams as an example. I'm also gonna be doing a video of which is the best ram cichlid. So, or which one's the best in my opinion. Okay, so we're gonna go down. We're gonna go away from that pair and go to here. So the ram cichlid, really easy, not that hard to take care of. You could get German blues. In my opinion, the Bolivian is actually the hardiest out of all the ram cichlid species. Just because they're a lot. They're not as difficult, or they won't die under if you forget a water change. So really hardy fish actually can take a punch. So that's a good thing, because some fish, like I've seen in different videos where they have a ram for a week and the ram ends up dying because of something. With the cichlid bros, one of them said that they got sick and they ended up dying. So they're not that hardy, in my opinion. The blue rams, just because of how inbred they've been. The Bolivian ram hasn't been bred at the extent of the electric blue, so they're a lot hardier, in my opinion. So I don't mean to say anything bad about different channels here. I'm just going to use different channels and what they've said. So in my opinion, the ram cichlid is one of a really good fish, a really good centerpiece fish for a community tank. Let me pause the video for a quick. So in my opinion, the ram is one of the best community fish. I think I just said this twice, but they're in my opinion, one of the best cichlids for a community tank. Especially dirted or sanded tanks, they do really good at lifting up the substrate. Really good, and yet they can be really aggressive. Like I have about a trio, so a big dominant male, a smaller male, and one female. I think that was a mistake, just having one female. Actually, that right there, that ram right there at the top is actually my original cichlid. So I've had her for more than 6 months now. I'm going to have her for almost a year pretty soon. Okay, so my opinion, yeah, they could be hardy. Yeah, they could be withstand. But in my opinion, like some of the fish that have been bred consistently, like the gold rams, the electric blue rams, all that. They're not that hardy, but they can be pretty hardy if you get it from a reputable breeder, or just try your luck. I've done that before multiple times with especially mollies, but that didn't turn out really well. But like genetics can be a displacement. They can actually do more harm than good if they for just looks. Honestly, sometimes it could be throw it under the bus. So, okay, so we're gonna go on to our next cichlid. Is actually, I believe, one of the most expensive out of the four. I'm not sure which one's the most expensive, but I'm not gonna go into depth in it. The electric blue Jack Dempsey. I don't have a Jack Dempsey. I would like to have a Jack Dempsey. But what I've heard from multiple channels, especially the Cichlid Bros, and I forgot what the other guy, the other channel I've gotten information from, but multiple channels have been saying that they're really hardy. Oh, Primetime Aquatics as well have said that the Jack Dempsey can be really hardy cichlid, but in with the electric blue variety, it can act. They're not as hardy as their normal color counterparts, which I can agree. I've seen the electric blue Jack Dempsey in fish stores, or I should say, uh, big chain pet stores. Uh, they are really low quality. Mouths can be deformed. I've seen one with the back was messed up versus the normal Jack Dempsey was the back was completely aligned with the others. So really inbred. I don't think they're not that hardy really as a cichlid in general. You could probably put it against the electric blue car, which one will live longer from a fry standpoint. Raise it really well. The Jack Dempsey might pass away sooner than the electric blue car, probably in the first year or so. Okay, so we're gonna move on to okay, so I've described tank size for all the fish, so I'm going to continue that. So with the Jack Dempsey, I believe a 75 gallon minimum is the best. Bigger is always better, of course. But I'd recommend getting the normal Jack Dempsey. They actually have amazing color. For the electric blue Cara, we could do to keep that color pop. So you can have like this sort of tank, except black out the rocks. So take out the rocks, take out the driftwood, take out everything, and then just have it. And then, so what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to take out everything, and then I'm going to spray paint the back panel and the bottom panel. So it's covered in gravel right now. So in case the gravel was ever lifted for whatever reason, he would still stay that color if it was a certain area. So if this side of the tank was all cut up, it was a mountain right here, it'd stay fine. He would still stay really blue despite all that color contrast. So that's what I would do honestly with my electric blue fish. I've taken them out and put them in the tub on the floor. My my floor is kind of like a, a tannish color, so you can see right here. He just paled out. They color out. They wash out really easily. So all my fish do. The only fish that doesn't wash out is probably my betta. So he's the only fish that doesn't never washes out in their color, as well as the koi. He never washes out. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Texas cichlid. So the Texas cichlid, in my opinion, is a really nice cichlid. Really nice. I'd want to keep one. I'm actually thinking about buying a normal Texas cichlid. I'm talking about the electrics, but I'm thinking about buying a normal normal Texas cichlid, and buying a blood parrot to make the red Texas, but hit or miss. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen. Um, so the Texas cichlid are really hardy. Same thing with as a Jack Dempsey. Well, it's in tank size and all that. Really hardy fish. Um, it can be super personable. Um, with most of these cichlids, I wouldn't recommend any sort of decorations, especially with the larger cichlids like the Jack Dempsey as well as Texas cichlid. Maybe a few here and there, but not a lot. Like this piece of driftwood, that'd be fine. Uh, one rock or two in the middle, that would be fine. It's just that could damage their scales, and since like this guy's smaller, he's probably about 4 inches, so he's growing really nicely. He was growing ridiculously when I got him, but his growth slowed down. No, but that's basically really it. I'll be doing a care guide on the angelfish really soon. Uh, so yeah. Uh, I believe that Jack Dempsey that I've seen at most chain pet stores, they go for $30 for a fish that could possibly die on you in the first month or so. The electric blue cars, you put money into them, it doesn't matter. It's they're hardy fish. I just got a baby the other day, about 2 months ago, and she had ick, and I actually went in my tank. It's now gone. If you see any white spots on my fish, it's due to fin injury. My convict cichlid was just in this tank, so I'll talk about convicts as well pretty soon. So yeah, that's basically it, really. I'll be doing a beta video really soon about which one's the best, like Paca or Longfin. Tell you guys which one's the best in my opinion. So yeah, thanks for y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Alejandro out.